Welcome back to the channel. So I'm not at work today on the bike. Took the car in because I'm on 5 AM starts this week. So members golf club members championships this week, so early start, early finish. So starting a rather as commuting in the dark. I'm not going to film in the dark anyway, but this morning it was pouring with rain and the weather's just cleared off the sea out to the North Sea. It's just clearing, and look behind, it's all black. I was hoping it was going to clear to go up the hills a run, but nah. So I'm just out for a quick run, just because I want to go out my bike. I actually need to go get some milk, so I thought might as well go for a play first before I go to the shop. And yeah, so it's Tuesday, so we'll be watching this today, Wednesday. So this is your motorcycle film for this week. I wasn't out all weekend as I was out in my Jeep. I did 80 miles in the Jeep on Saturday. Fantastic day out. Apart from getting run off the road by a young idiot in a JCB fast track driving grain. Daft kid. But he ran into my farmer friend afterwards and he got a real telling off. So yeah, Enfield 350 Classic. Well, you've not been on it for a few days, it's absolutely brilliant. So you might notice the panniers are a different colour. So I've done them with Blanco, Army Blanco, not the genuine stuff that you get in a block. I'm still trying to source that, but that's the liquid stuff. So a lot of reenactment guys use that for their canvases, and you get in green and you get in brown, white, grey. I wanted the green and for some reason I got sent the brown. So you can see the pictures here and me putting it on. It's just like a brush on paint really. You just got to water it a bit. The canvas has got to be slightly wet to do, so you can see it needs a second coat. Look at this, it's terrible. Now I might be getting my van this weekend, so I'll be taking that rack off this. I'll take the side stand, which is chrome, off, and these springs, and they're going to get powder coated matte black. And I'll probably take the rear brake pedal off, which I've got that heat shrink on, and just get it all done so it's all de-chromed. So let's go for a wee run up the back roads anyway. So everything is greened up again with all that rain. Everyone was in a bit of a state of drought with the wind, but we've had a lot of showery rain. Saturday was very wet, Monday was very wet. Sunday when I was out in the Jeep I seemed to avoid a lot of the heavy rain. I was out with my mate Chris with his, and over crossing Berwickshire, I went to the Wojtek statue and then we went to the woods with the pond beside Winfield Polish Army camp, which sadly was all knocked down, the buildings. Feel the bales in here. So yeah, so you'll enjoy that film. There's 3 Jeep films coming up. So as I say, there's a lot of Jeep stuff, so I thought I'd better get a motorbike film in between. Had a lot of new subscribers to my channel in the last week, which is nice. Thank you everyone. A lot of new guys that have come and said hello, who have subbed. Yeah, plenty more to see. And for those that have joined, look through on my channel, look at the playlists, and you'll see the playlist on this Classic 350, and you'll see all the changes I made to it and the service in it and stuff like that. A lot of the old road signs are doing a repaint. I love how they give the distances to 1 inch and 1/8 or a mile. Well, that one's half in halves. There you go, 7/8, 2 1/4, 3 5/8. Most folk won't know what 5/8 of a mile is. If you're a golfer, you'll know what yardage is. 150, 250, 350, 400, 500 yards, but most motorists won't know that. So So my front brakes problems are solved. All the shuddering's gone. So that's the result. So despite all the rain at the weekend, it's actually been really warm. It's it'd been westerly winds, but it'd been 15, 16, 17 degrees. As I found out at work this morning, we were all out in waterproofs, but I was sweating like mad. A lot of gravel on the roads. Good example of why I've got trail tyres on my 350. Unlike in winter, you can't see through the hedges now, so you've just got to go canny on the windy roads, but there's no hurry. And that one's chipped, so I'm not going up there. I was going to go right here, but go this way. So what else is happening? Yesterday morning, work colleague Keith dropped off his mate's drone that I've bought, which has only been used a couple of times for £300, which is not a bad deal considering the condition of it. So I'm not going to fly it until I've watched a few more tutorials. And I have to say that YouTube tutorials are really good. Really good. It doesn't have a follow me function, but it does do shorts where it just goes up and does loops and stuff. You just program it to do that. But the technology of them is actually unbelievable. They're amazing. I don't think you can see that on the camera, but there's a lot of flattened fields with the winds. What, muck on the roads? Look at that. Obviously tractors running. So the media mod, you'll see the photos. I ended up just taping the gooseneck microphone up. So the comments on it were all that everybody thought it sounded good. There was a couple of comments from folk that it's in mono and they're only hearing it in one speaker on stereo. So I'll need to check the settings on my GoPro and or on the computer. I don't have stereo speakers on my computer, you see, so I don't know. But I might have to buy a more expensive microphone that is stereo. I actually didn't even know about that. So apologies for that. But for the majority of folk that don't have stereo, they won't know. So it'll be alright. mph, that's all you need to do, eh? On this wee bike, just lovely. And then you can soak up the scenery. So the amount of online comments from folk of how much they love these bikes is unbelievable. And a lot of folk are saying the same. It's so good that one guy actually touched on it perfect when he said it's great that Royal Enfield haven't followed Japanese and every other company making high revving short stroke engines, and they've stuck with an old longer stroke, heavier flywheel, 2-valve head, air-cooled design. For me, liquid cool is just another thing to go wrong. Keep it simple. That looked like the Proclaimers walking along there. I don't think it was though. So I don't want to go into Haddington, so I'll just turn right down here, take the back road to East Linton. What I'll do is I'll stop at Hales Castle. We'll look at that wee old flat as well. Oops, third gear. So back to YouTube channels. I've been watching a lot of other folk stuff in the evenings. With G being up north this week, she's away paddleboarding and fat biking on the beaches with her van that she's kitted out. I'm on holiday next week. Now, I started talking about YouTube and now I'm talking about something else. I had planned to go away, this weekend and head up north and meet her after doing a ride round the Cromarty Forth estuary, plus possibly the Moray coastal route as well. But with the weather forecast for rain, I'm just going to stay at home, plus I'm hopefully going to get my van back. There's no rush because I can go up any weekend now that I'm off 4 days, Friday and Monday, so long weekends. I passed that lady a long time ago. It's amazing how far cyclists can get, but it's a good road to cycle this, but as long as folk aren't driving fast on it, being single track. Unless you live in the house here or you're going to Hales Castle, there isn't really a reason to drive a car on it though. That's a lovely road, isn't it? So yeah, back to YouTube. watching Two-Wheeled Willie, and he was talking about the prices of Royal Enfield Meteors and how cheap they are, and they're nearly £1,000 cheaper than the classics year on year now. It actually makes more sense to buy a Meteor next as a second bike to this, but it'd maybe make more sense as well to buy a Meteor for going touring with the feet forward pegs. So I just want to see, this is still fenced off, it's really annoying. Hales Castle, it's a real shame because I wanted to do a walk around in it. It's free to go in, admission free, yeah. We didn't get that in England a bit. So you can cycle up here on the right or walk, but the farmer's got it blocked off. But that's actually an old road, see that? Goes right up there. That goes all the way over to to Trepane Law and then continues. Marked as a white road on the old maps as well. That's a cool camper conversion. And this was an old road down here as well that went through a ford. And then they put a footbridge in, it was the Gurkhas built it. So, yeah. Let you enjoy this road. Actually, I've just had an idea. Turn right up here. Just makes it more interesting. So I need to start adding links underneath my films when I publish them, if people are talking about other YouTubers and stuff, or things to go and have a look at, because a lot of folk ask in comments stuff I'm talking about, and I really need to put the link up for them. Beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. So yeah, I'll get another few days of watching YouTube before I put my drone up, have a wee start to learn to fly it. But as I say, the tutorials are really good on YouTube for it. I'm going back, that's a photo opportunity, that'll be your thumbnail. Right. How's that for a tight U-turn? Now I did have my foot down there before you ask. You've got to watch doing that with your panniers that you don't catch yourself on them. Oh, perfect. It's funny, those trees down there, eh? In that field. I think it's like a rock head going by the rocks further up. But that's the same type of feature that you get across at Whitekirk. I don't think I'm going to get my side stand down here. It's too high. Oh. I'm going to fall over. I think it's alright. So even though the A1's going right through, it's still a beautiful view. The bridge actually is quite nice, isn't it? The world rushes by. And you imagine what it was like when that castle was built. So that must be 12th, 13th century. I should really double check that. And I'll put up in our subtitle now. And then obviously you had the Volante, is that right? The tribe that lived on Trepane Law, who traded with the Romans. And of course Trepane Law is where they found the Roman silver, which is in the museum. Yeah, full of history our country, isn't it? Right, photo. I'll probably take a couple. That looks quite nice. photos actually look quite good with the cloud, rather than a kind of overexposed blue. It's all about the bike and the photo, isn't it? Nothing new with the bike. See, I've just done those panniers with that stuff. I'll give them a second coat. It's going raw. I pulled my number plate off on a branch the other day. Oh shit, it's all off. There you go. So, quick release with Velcro, but the Velcro's riveted on so it doesn't come off. And that is how I do it. It's not fallen off, touch wood, so far. If it does, I'll just leave it yellow. So another YouTuber to go and look at is Glenn Owen. Is Welsh. He bought a Meteor, stone recovered, and he's slowly turning it into like a sort of apocalypse bobber. I won't tell you about his spec. Go and watch his films. They're long films, but if it's a wet night, just get yourself a can of beer or a cup of tea and sit down and watch his stuff. He thinks through everything, eyes it all up, sizes it all. But like me, he seems to just search a lot of time on eBay for stuff that he's after, and he gets the stuff that he knows he's getting it nearly finished, and it's actually amazing what he's done. What has impressed me is through the Meteor, the cat that's on it's a lot bigger than the cat that's on this. And he's just put the original silencer straight on his front pipe and made a short pipe. I don't think you'd get away with the standard classic one on like that. And yes, I know my bike needs a wash, but it is a rat bike. Yeah. Admittedly, I've been looking at a 350 Bullet Trials bike for 2,150 2.2. I've seen it on Marketplace, and it's in Edinburgh. I'm like, ooh. You know, so now that I've got this is what you want. You don't need the old one, but it would be cool to experience the Bullet. But it's been up for sale for a while, so I'm wondering if it's actually, if you did buy one to try one out for a year or two, would it be easy to sell on or not? But I worked out what actually would be the ultimate bike. Would be one of these with the Bullet drum brakes on it. Get rid of all the electronic stuff and have a cable drive, speedo, twin lead in front shoe, trial spec with that engine, fuel injection, everything. That would be the sweet. I mean, I don't think we need disc brakes on this bike. It only does 70. Possibly when you've got touring luggage on it or 2 up, but I'm not going 2 up. Anyway, see, never happy, eh? You've got all the bike you need and you're still thinking about other bikes. But we're all doing that. Anyway, let's crack on. Get home and get this edited up. I think it's to rain again tomorrow, so I'm taking the car in, the car I've got on loan, the pimp Mercedes, C-Class Mercedes. It's actually quite nice to drive. Little cushy leather seats and stuff, air con, all the cons, mod cons. rowan berries. Quick noise test. Excellent. How is a bike that's only 20 brake horsepower, 70 flat out, but how is it so much fun? So enjoyable to ride. They've really knocked on the head of this one. Okay, so I'll call that a wrap at that. Get back home, get my milk actually, so I can get a cup of tea. So there's quite a few Jeep films coming up, bear with me, there'll be more motorcycling soon. I'm off next week, so don't worry about that. Yeah. So, thanks for watching as always, and hope the sound turns out alright now with the mic moved. And see you all soon. Bye for now.